Hi guys. So today we will start with the next chapter in your textbook, chapter 13, which is magnetic effects of electric current. So just a recap, okay. In the previous chapter we had looked at the heating effect of electric current. This chapter we will be looking at the magnetic effect. Okay, it is very interesting. We will watch a few videos to see what happens. But just before that, first let us understand what magnets are. Alright, so first video that we will see, I want you guys to first take a look at these two pictures on your left. Okay, these two pictures, especially the second one. And now we will keep these pictures in mind, and we will now look at a video in which iron filings are put beside near a magnet. So you see in this second picture, all of these dots, those are called iron filings. They're basically, it's just iron dust. Okay, iron dust. So iron dust near a magnet. Let us see what happens when iron dust is put near a magnet. Okay. Okay, so in this video we will the person will put iron dust around the magnet, and we will see what will happen. Okay, but just before that, let us first understand what is there in the video. It is just a plain white sheet of paper so that you can see the iron dust more clearly. He has kept a bar magnet, okay, which has north pole and south pole on the paper, and he has kept a plastic sheet on top of it. Why? So that the magnet, the dust will be on top of the magnet, like it will arrange very nicely on top of the magnet. Okay, so let's see what happens. He's just putting the dust, and immediately a similar pattern to that picture that you saw, a similar pattern is forming. Can you see that? These lines which are forming, and so the lines which are forming, and these crowded areas, can you see that? So what is happening here? Now let's go back to the presentation to take it into to see it a little in a little bit more detail. But do you please remember this video? So when he put iron dust around them on top of the magnet, okay, around the magnet, these lines were formed, and you see how it is closer near the edges and all that. I want you guys to remember this, okay? So in the video, remember this picture, something like this picture is what had happened, correct? So it was closer, it was a lot more iron dust near the edges and lesser iron dust in the middle, but those lesser iron dust made lines, right? Like how you can see in this drawing. So the lines are going from north pole to the south pole. Now let me, I forgot to tell you what north pole and south pole in a magnet are. They are basically the ends of the magnet. Okay, so you have a north, an N, that is your north pole, and an S, that is your south pole. So one other thing that you should know about magnets is that if a north pole is kept next to another north pole, they do not like each other, so they will push each other away. Okay, they repel each other. Whereas if you put a north pole next to a south pole, okay, they attract each other, that is, they love each other, so they will keep pulling each other to themselves. So a north and a south attract, and a north and a north repel or hate each other. So north and south love, north and north hate. Okay, now why does this happen? It is because of the force exerted by the magnet on the iron dust, which makes it arrange in this pattern. So the force is exerted such that the iron dust will form this pattern. Okay, and you remember how in the edges the iron dust was a lot more. That is because the field lines, so these, by the way, these blue lines that you can see in this picture, those are called field lines. Okay, so wherever the field lines are a lot, very crowded, okay, that is where the magnet is the strongest. Alright, So what I'm trying to say is that in the middle, basically, it's not like there is not as much strength as in the edges, which is why the field lines are much more crowded in the edges and not that crowded in the middle and all. Alright, moving on. So now we will look at the magnetic effect of electric current. Okay, but before that we have to first look at what a compass is. Okay, let us see how a compass works. We will look at, so these are a few of the videos that we will see. First we'll see what a compass is. Then we'll look at an experiment which was conducted to show the magnetic effect of electric current. And then we will see what the magnetic effect of electric current is in a straight conductor. Along with this experiment, we will also learn the right hand thumb rule. And then we will look at the video which will explain the magnetic effect of electric current in a loop conductor, that is in a circular conductor. And finally, we'll look at a solenoid. Okay, what is the magnetic effect of a solenoid? Alright. So you guys see this black thing in between? That's the compass. Okay, in real life we use it to navigate, that is to go to places and all, to get directions. Okay, so let us see what happens to a compass when a magnet, this person is bringing a magnet close to the compass. Let us see what happens when that is brought close by. Okay, so can you see how the magnet is, the compass is following the magnet, and depending on the pole, that is now it is north pole, before it was S, it moves. See that side is an S, that is the south pole. So as you can see, the compass moves depending on the magnet. So the compass deflects. Okay, that is the compass, the needle in the compass, it keeps moving when there is a magnet nearby. Alright. And what if there is no magnet? This is how it looks. There is no movement. Okay, you see how it moved only when the magnet came by. Okay, so now what we're going to see is the actual magnetic effect of electric current. Okay, what happens when there is current flowing through a conductor. As you can see, he's holding the conductor. This is the battery. Okay, the cell which will make current flow through the conductor. We will see what will happen to the compass when that happens. Okay, so if there is a movement, if the needle keeps moving and it doesn't rest in a position, that means the compass doesn't know. Okay, a magnet is nearby, which is why the compass is working wrongly. Okay, so let us see. He is now going to keep the compass on top of the conductor. Okay, so that we can easily see the deflection. As you can see, there is no deflection right now, no problem, no movement in the needles. He's going to connect the two ends of the battery to the conductor, and you can see how it moves, how it's moving now. Correct? As you can see it moving, and now he's changing the direction of current and it's moving the other way. Okay, so like see, in this case when the if you see the black line means a negative terminal and the red line means a positive terminal. So the current is flowing like this. Okay, it's going from the red line to the black line, from the positive terminal to the negative terminal, and you can see how the compass is deflecting. It is deflecting this way, right, to your right side. The red tip is to your right side. Now what if he places it the other way, where the red is on top and the black is in the bottom? So that means the current is flowing like this, from the red to the black. Then which side does the deflection go? To your left side. Okay, so now what we're going to look at is how do the field lines look when there is a straight current carrying conductor. So I'll show you the whole picture in like 2 minutes, but before that, just look at this. Okay, so you can see this wire. This wire, current is flowing through this wire. We are going to put iron dust around this wire and see what happens or how the field lines are formed. Alright, so let's see. The person's putting dust all around. Okay, so much dust he put. Okay, all around. So now there is no current flowing as of now. He is going to switch it on. He switched it on. So now see what is happening to the area around the current carrying conductor. Okay, he's just lightly tapping it, and can you see that it has formed concentric circles? What are concentric circles? Circle inside a circle, inside another circle, inside another circle, inside another circle. So that is what we call concentric circle. Okay, as you can see, it keeps forming around it. Okay, do you see that the concentric circles? And it's stronger, it's more visible in the closer to the wire, correct? So now let's see what the apparatus used was, or how it was actually done. Okay, the experiment. Okay, so this is how the apparatus for that experiment was. The experiment, that the video that you just saw before, this is how it was kept. Okay, the current carrying conductor was kept like this. A cardboard with a hole was kept around it, and there was the battery, and there was the on off key. Okay, let's see what happens when this in this particular scenario. So they are going to put iron dust. Okay, they have put iron dust around it, and they have switched on the battery. Okay, the electrons are flowing from the negative to the positive terminal, which means the current is flowing like this, correct? It flows in the opposite direction to the electrons flow, correct? And you can see that the circle, the concentric circles have formed around it. The direction of the magnetic field is like that. Okay, is to your right, like that. And if we go a little bit forward in the video, they are going to switch the battery so that the positive terminal is in the bottom and the negative terminal is on top. So now the electrons are going to flow like this, which means the current is going to flow this way. Okay, like upwards. The current is going to flow like this, correct, like this. So let us see what happens. The circle has formed. Now how will the direction be? The direction is now like this. Alright, so that is because of this thing called a right hand thumb rule. So let's see what the right hand thumb rule is. Okay, so now we're going to study the right hand thumb rule. Okay, this rule will help us in telling how the magnetic field lines will be when we are when current is flowing through a straight conductor. So now if you were to assume, think that this pen is a straight conductor, okay, and watch what he's going to do. So what he's going to do is he's going to keep the thumb in the direction of the current. Okay, so you see the nib of the pen, that is the direction of the current. That means the current is flowing upwards. Okay, so keep the thumb in the direction of the current, and rotate your fingers, rotate these 4 fingers around the pen. Okay, so if you keep the thumb in the direction of the current and rotate the fingers, the rotation of the fingers will tell us how the magnetic field would be, what direction the field lines will be in. So see, remember how in that video we saw that a straight conductor, the field lines are concentric circles, which means the concentric circle, a circle inside a circle, remember? So how should the field lines, these four fingers will tell us how the field lines, what the direction of the circle is. Okay, in what direction the circle is drawn. So let's watch. See, you saw the thumb is in the direction of the current, okay, and these four fingers will now, he will now move. These four fingers tell us the direction in which the field lines are. So clearly the field lines are, in this case, when the current is flowing upwards, the field lines are to your right, okay, because that is where these four fingers are moving. Similarly, so like that, to your right, okay, the field lines are to your right. So you see this red ring, that is a magnetic field line, okay. So in this case, because the current is flowing upwards and he did the right hand thumb rule, we saw that the field lines are to the right. So that is what he is also trying to show with the arrow. The field lines are, the circle is to the right, so the field lines are to the right. Now what if the conductor was upside down? That is, what if the current was flowing upside down? Okay, what if the pen is held upside down, that the nib is now down, so that means the current is flowing down. So now let us apply the right hand thumb rule and see what direction the field lines will be. So look at him hold it, okay, he's holding it, the thumb is in the direction of the current, okay, the thumb is in the direction of the current flow, which is downward, and the four fingers are now encircling, okay, and they are going to move this way. So this is the four fingers, the thumb is downward, and see how the four fingers are going. So it is going to your right itself, and now you can see to your left, right, sorry, so now the four fingers were going to your left, so your field lines are also going to the left, okay, do you see? So that is what the right hand thumb rule is. Okay, now let us look at what happens when current flows in a loop conductor, okay. So here the conductor, as you can see, is like this circle, okay, it's the 2D, that is why it's the 2D version, which is why you can't see. Let me yeah, you can see now the whole circle. That is how the conductor is, okay, that is how the wire is wound. Let us look at how the field lines will look, okay, when current is applied. So this is all iron dust that he's already put around the conductor. Let us see what happens when current starts flowing through the conductor, okay. He's switching it on now. So once he switched it on, what happens? Can you see this? Can you see what is happening? You can see that the field lines look somewhat like this, correct? Like it's making, they are making circles around each of these edges of the conductor, okay. So there are field lines which are going through the conductor, okay. So that's what happens in a current carrying loop, okay, in a current carrying loop conductor. So you can see it's arranging itself better and better, okay. So yeah, so the final okay, so the final video that we will be watching today is about what a solenoid is, okay, the basics of solenoid. We are going to look at just what a solenoid is and how, what happens in a solenoid, what is the magnetic field lines, how or what direction they are in and all in a solenoid. So a solenoid is basically a So this person is winding, that is he is like he is this process is called winding. So he is winding a copper wire on a screwdriver, so you can see, okay, and he has created this, okay, on both sides, this copper wire, these many windings. So that is what a solenoid is, this thing, okay, that is what a solenoid is. Now let's see what happens when current starts flowing in the solenoid. So you guys remember the compasses, right? So what we want to say here, this is the solenoid which is in between. What we are going to look at is when current starts flowing through this, okay, what we will see is that this starts behaving like a bar magnet. So in a bar magnet, if you keep a bar magnet in the middle and with these two compasses on either side, what happens is the north pole of the bar magnet will be will point to the south, okay, like the south pole of the bar magnet will attract the north, this N arrow in the compass, and the north pole will attract the S arrow. So why does that happen? Because in magnets, like poles, that is north and north pole, repel, that is they don't like each other, okay, so they will go away, they'll keep pushing each other away, okay, whereas a north and south pole love each other, so they will pull each other together. So let's see what happens when current starts flowing through the solenoid. Okay, once current, see, did you see that slight shift? When current started flowing, it arranged itself. So it was like this, right? The compasses were like this, and once current started flowing, the N it arranged itself so that the N and S are in line with the solenoid. That is because the solenoid has now these windings, these turnings have now become a bar magnet because there is current flowing through it. All right. Okay, so in today's class, a few of the important things is what I've summarized here. All of these images are from your textbook, so feel free to look into your textbook itself. All right, and you can make a note of these because these are the most important ones. So if you look, this is the circuit that was used for a straight current carrying conductor. Now that the current is flowing downwards, the field is to your going to your left, like how it is shown in this image. Okay, the thumb is in the direction of the current and the fingers are enclosing into to your left. So that is how the current the magnetic field lines are, okay, and the direction of the magnetic field lines. This is your current magnetic field through a loop, okay, the current carrying loop. So the current is flowing like this, and you can see the magnetic field lines are going through inside and all, okay. This is how a solenoid will look. So if you think of a solenoid as multiple current carrying loops, that is why it has field lines inside, and it resembles the bar magnet. The image of the bar magnet with the field lines, it resembles that, right? It looks something like that, the south pole and the north pole and all that. All the videos that were shown in this session, you can find the links to them in the description. Please watch them if you think any of the videos were interesting, and so you can get more knowledge. All right, thank you.